Hello, hockey fans. Welcome to another episode of Today in the NA. I'm Vinny Paracelli. We've got a lot to get to on the show today as a handful of teams are off to some great starts. We're going to profile them in just a minute and talk about a couple of the interesting series coming up this weekend. But first, we've got some NCAA commitments to tell you about.
Will Howard of the New Mexico Ice Wolves is committed to Augustana University from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Howard has spent his entire junior career in Albuquerque. He's off to a heck of a start this season with 8 goals and 12 points in just 8 games. He's appeared in 95 career games, and in that time has scored 28 times and had 58 points. William Grant has made his college choice. The Lone Star Brahmas net minor has committed to the University of Wisconsin. Through 6 games this season, the Swedish native is 4-1, sporting a .210 goals against average and a .924 save percentage. Maryland Black Bears forward Dmitry Kibro will be taking his talents to the University of Alaska Anchorage. Kibro has notched 10 goals and 16 points in 12 games this season. He had 18 points in 51 games a season ago. His 16 points are good for third in the entire North American Hockey League. Got another Black Bear making college plans. Samuel Stitz is committed to Air Force. The Perry Hall, Maryland native has a goal and 5 points through 8 games this season. We've got a handful of teams off to hot starts. Let's go around the league. The Northeast Generals hold the league's longest winning streak at 7 games. They haven't lost since September 17th against Oklahoma. They went on to sweep Johnstown in Maine, beat Danbury, and then swept Philly last weekend since the showcase. David Anderchuk leads the way with 17 points. There are 5 other players with double-digit points this season. Lone Stars in first place in the South as they are currently riding a 6-game winning streak to improve to 8-1 on the season. We mentioned the play of William Grant, but you got to look at the Arthur Smith as well. He is 3-0 with a goals against average of 0.84 and a save percentage of .957 to go with 1 shutout. Once again, the Brahmas aren't going to allow other teams to get their offenses going. Amarillo is the only undefeated team left as they are 6-0. They haven't played in a while, but they are getting contributions from everyone as 10 players have at least 3 points through the 6 games. Then very quietly, the Kenai River Brown Bears have won 6 in a row to take first place in the Midwest Division. They just swept a 3-game series from the Springfield Junior Blues, and what's even more impressive about their 9-3 record is that all 12 games so far have been played outside the state of Alaska. So really good job by them to weather the storm that is the first 12 games on the road. Finally, we've got the North Iowa Bulls, who have won 5 in a row to take an early lead in the Central Division. They are headlined by Byron Hartley, Justin Mexico, and Logan Nabrowski. They also have done well at keeping the puck out of their net with Mitch Day and Eric Chafe. Now it's still early, but the Bulls have allowed just 1.8 goals against per game. We mentioned the Kenai River Brown Bears. They host their home opener this weekend against the Fairbanks Ice Dog. Historically, the Dogs have controlled the series with the Brown Bears, so this will be a good early test for Kenai to see what they're made of early on in this young season.
There are 22 games you could watch this weekend on NAHL TV. You could also follow the North American Hockey League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for even more content on your favorite team. Download the NAHL app as well as the latest episode of the Short Shifts podcast with myself and Brandon Hofstra. That's all for us here on Today in the NA. Be sure to come back and join us next week when we break down the latest from the North American Hockey League.